He killed for 25 years, then stopped for 14. Police thought he was dead. He was just sleeping. Between 1985 and 1988, a serial killer stalked Los Angeles, murdering at least 10 women, mostly young African-American sex workers, dumping their bodies in alleyways and trash bins. Then, in 1988, the killings abruptly stopped, leading investigators to believe the perpetrator had died, been imprisoned, or moved away. 14 years later, in 2002, the killer struck again, murdering a 15-year-old girl and a 35-year-old woman. Both were shot with the same gun used in earlier murders. The case became known as the Grim Sleeper for the long dormancy between killing sprees. The investigation spanned decades with minimal progress. DNA evidence from the crime scenes failed to match any profiles in the national database, leaving the case one of Los Angeles's most baffling unsolved mysteries. In 2008, the Los Angeles Police Department turned to familial DNA searching, which looks for partial matches indicating a close relative. Running the killer's DNA through the California database returned a partial match to Christopher Franklin, recently convicted of a felony weapons charge. Investigators examined his family and discovered his father, Lonnie David Franklin Jr., a retired garbage collector and mechanic, lived in the area where the murders occurred and matched the description of a suspect seen with a victim. Police began surveillance and secretly collected a DNA sample from a discarded piece of pizza. When compared to the crime scene evidence, it matched with a probability of 1 in 10 billion. On July 7, 2010, Franklin was arrested at his home, where police discovered over 1,000 photographs of unidentified women, many appearing unconscious or deceased, suggesting he had more victims than the 10 known. In 2016, Franklin was convicted of 10 counts of murder and 1 of attempted murder and sentenced to death. He died in prison in 2020 while awaiting execution. The Grim Sleeper case was groundbreaking as the first use of familial DNA searching to solve a serial murder in California, though the technique remains controversial over privacy concerns and potential racial bias. Franklin's ability to evade capture for decades, despite leaving DNA at multiple crime scenes, highlighted both the limitations of law enforcement databases and the power of new technologies to solve cold cases. The case also raised questions about why murders of marginalized women received less attention, with critics suggesting the victim's race and profession contributed to the delay. Lonnie Franklin Jr. thought his long sleep had protected him, that time had erased his crimes. But DNA technology finally woke the Grim Sleeper and brought him to justice.